Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques handed over to His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Said. The Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council approves a plan to cover the deficit in the state's general budget to be implemented by the start of 2020. The State Council Office reviews the Marine Pollution Control Law. And the Sultanate is ranked among the countries with high level of efficiency in combating illegal fishing. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The message was handed over to His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan, when he received His Excellency Eid bin Muhammad Al Thaqafi, Ambassador of Saudi Arabia, accredited to the Sultanate with the attendance of their Excellencies, the Secretary General and the Advisor at His Highness's office. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Muhammad Al Futaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications, left the Sultanate heading to Singapore to take part in the first World Congress on Maritime Heritage, due to be held during the period from 13th to 15th of the current month. The conference aims at shedding light on the importance of the world maritime heritage, maritime routes, and global endeavor to enhance cooperation among countries in order to ensure sustainable future for a better understanding of mutual maritime heritage. The Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council approved a plan to finance deficit in the state's general budget. The implementation of this plan will start by the beginning of 2020. That came during the 8th meeting of the council, which also reviewed a report about the financial position of the Sultanate until the 31st of October 2018. The council also reviewed reports of state and shura councils on state's general budget project for the fiscal year 2019. It as well reviewed the situation of the banking sector and credit rating reports of the Sultanate, in addition to the main financial and economic indices. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Leblouchi, Minister responsible for Financial Affairs. Reviewing law of marine pollution control, top discussions of the State Council's 5th meeting of the year. The law for marine pollution control aims to benefit from national and international efforts and the latest updates in the laws related to marine pollution to redefine and amend the articles of this law. It as well aims to come out with the recommendations and proposals which contribute in strengthening the marine pollution control. The State Council also got acquainted with the reality of Omani theatre and the challenges being faced by it, as well as solutions needed to get over those difficulties. The office as well got acquainted with the role of public, private and civil establishments in supporting Omani theatre with specialized technical cadres. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfoud Al-Mandri, Chairman of the State Council. The World Trade Organization, in cooperation with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, as well as the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, organized a regional workshop on fisheries support. It aimed to enhance the understanding of the participants regarding the policies that impact fisheries wealth, in addition to illegal and unorganized catching of fish. The experts in the workshop also shed light on the vital role played by the sector in food security and economic aspects. It's worth mentioning that the Food and Agriculture Organization ranked the Sultanate among those countries with high level of proficiency in terms of combating illegal and unorganized fishing. The Public Authority for Small and Medium Enterprises Development, RIADA, launched the Entrepreneurship Organizational Map related to future projects and programs that were highlighted in Seyha Shamikhat seminar. The system will focus on projects that were achieved so far in entrepreneurship field, as well as to identify the bodies that support such projects. A study by the authority also focused on sustainable programs that play a great role in the development of small and medium enterprises. Still to come in our news bulletin. In order to enhance digital transformation in the Sultanate, the Ooredoo company launches the brand identity for Data2 cloud company.
Why is competition good for businesses? Businesses compete in things like price, quality and service to win new customers who could be other businesses as well as consumers. Being competitive can mean more customers choose you rather than your rivals. But when businesses collude and don't compete, this can lower down the quality and service and the consumers paying more than they should. This is an unlawful practice and can stop consumers from getting more options on goods and services with better quality and better prices. That's why the Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Law was issued to regulate the freedom of practicing any economic activities and stabilize the principles of the market rules and freedom of pricing in such manner that the same shall not restrict competition, prevent the same or be negatively affected, thereby to benefit consumers, businesses and the national economy. Breaching any of the law's clauses could lead to prison sentences and fines up to 100,000 Omani Riyals. The punishment can also include paying 10% of the total annual sales of the products subject of the violation, as well as damage to the business's reputation. Help us in preventing anti-competitive activities by contacting the following numbers. And to know more about the law and the prohibited activities, please visit our website www.cmc.om. Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Center.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Musandam in the Portuguese Records is the title of the seminar, which was organized by the Cultural Club in the Wilaya of Khasab in the Governorate of Musandam. The seminar highlighted the role and status of Musandam during the Portuguese presence in the Arabian Gulf, in addition to the importance of Musandam in the international transit trade during the era of the Kingdom of Hormuz. The Portuguese manuscripts mentioned the strategic location of Musandam, especially in the trade routes throughout the time of the Kingdom of Hormuz. The manuscripts demonstrated Portuguese relations with the wilayats of Daba, Bukha, Madha and Khasab, which are located in the coastal side. The promising opportunities in Islamic banking sector, capital markets and insurance were discussed in a seminar on Islamic banking in the Governorate of Muscat. A number of experts in the banking field from inside and outside the Sultanate took part in this seminar. It shed light on challenges facing this field as well as development opportunities. It also discussed digital banking and technologies in the financial sector in Oman and the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, in addition to investment opportunities. Royal Army of Oman executes the Omani-British exercise Khanjar Oman with the British Armed Forces. This exercise comes through a planned strategy to enhance the Armed Forces' capability and readiness. More details in the following report by Lieutenant Nasser bin Khamis Al-Kalbani.
Refining capabilities and raising the readiness of combat in all theaters of operations are the aims that Sultan Armed Forces and the British Armed Forces seek to achieve by carrying out Khanjar Oman exercise, which comes as part of a series of joint exercises with the friendly British forces.
The size of this training area, the freedoms to operate together have been immense. And we have learnt a lot from the Royal Army of Oman about operating in the austere environment in the desert. And I hope that the Royal Army of Oman have enjoyed operating alongside the British.
The exercise aims to train the forces on the latest combat tactics, maneuvering methods, raising combat readiness, developing capabilities, and enriching military experience to achieve integration, understanding, and harmony in the implementation of joint military operations.
Specifically for my unit, we've been able to trial new combat team tactics where we bring the infantry and the tanks closer together, utilising them as we spread out on the open desert, and then we collapse together to go into the tight wadis where the terrain is much more complex, and we push the infantry forwards. But I think the soldiers have enjoyed it. It's been hugely beneficial for us, and we've really enjoyed working with the Royal Omani Desert Regiment, who are also a fantastic regiment.
The exercise included a series of joint military operations within the framework of a unified strategy to strengthen the military cooperation between Sultan Armed Forces and the British Armed Forces in order to unify the joint operations with the best training methods and enhance the combat efficiency of both armed forces. Khinjar Oman exercise between Sultan Armed Forces and the British Armed Forces confirms the importance of the joint exercises in developing tactics methods of the military operations to achieve the target aims of the exercise. لفتانة ناصر بن خميس الكلباني الوسطى Governorate.
The National Week for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, STEM, began in a Dakhliya Governorate under the theme The Fourth Industrial Revolution. Our reporter Salalah bin Khalfan al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
Under the theme, The Fourth Industrial Revolution, the educational institutions in the Governorate of Dakhliya organized the National Week for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, STEM, including workshops and training sessions for students of the Governorate.
We are not living in isolation on our bed, so we need to enforce these innovations and motivate our students to study these things and contribute their ideas and translate it in the reality.
This week's activities focus on increasing students' awareness of science and technology, promoting students' aptitude towards engineering and mathematics, while keeping abreast with global trends in these fields.
Science, technology, engineering, and math are really important fields for us as a student to prepare for the future and develop our country, Oman.
Science, technology, engineering, and math helps us improving our understanding and prepare well for the application of the Fourth Industrial Revolution.
Over a period of 5 days, the activities will also include lectures on renewable energy, interactive learning applications, robotics, nanotechnology, and artificial intelligence. The endeavor here is to build a generation capable of taking part in the sustainable development in the country, utilizing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. From the Wilaya of Manah, Salalah bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Dakhliya Governorate.
The forces that represented Sultan's armed forces factions returned to the Sultanate at noon today from Dammam in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia after participation in Al Jazeera Shield 10 joint exercise conducted by armed forces of Gulf Cooperation Council countries. It was concluded by an operational demonstration that included various operations as per drone-targeted objectives with participation of all divisions, in which the joint forces succeeded in accomplishing all missions and duties entrusted to them in an efficient way that reflected the level of coordination and harmony among these forces. The Sultanate took part in the exercise with forces from divisions of Sultan Armed Forces represented in Muscat Battalion of Infantry Brigade 23 at the Royal Army of Oman, with the participation of a number of air fighters of Royal Air Force of Oman and some ships of the fleet of Royal Navy of Oman. The Military Technological College signed a cooperation program with Sultan Qaboos University as part of the college's plans to upgrade research and scientific cooperation and academic exchange. The program aims to develop practical research and enhance joint cooperation between the two educational institutions. It will also enable academics in both sides to exchange experience in the fields of common concern. It also seeks to encourage students in the two institutions to conduct joint research projects. The signed program also aims to cooperate in organizing joint workshops and training programs for students and academic faculty. In order to enhance digital transformation in the Sultanate, Oman Qatar Telecommunications Company Ooredoo launched the brand identity for Data2 Cloud Company. The company will provide a complete list of cloud services and solutions to enable companies to keep pace with latest digital developments. It provides 3 data centers benefiting from Ooredoo's telecommunication network. The launching ceremony was presided over by His Highness Sayyid Kamil bin Fahd Al Saeed. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning. Over the coasts of the Arabian Sea, winds will be southeasterly to south light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a written message from the custodian of the 2 holy mosques handed over to His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed. The Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council approves a plan to cover the deficit in the state's general budget to be implemented by the start of 2020. The State Council Office reviews the Marine Pollution Control Law. And the Sultanate is ranked among the countries with high level of efficiency in combating illegal fishing. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.